and a lot of serious people in the government with funding by the government who have looked into this sort of thing and sometimes say it's real. You guys ever heard of the Gateway Project as well? The Gateway Project, they literally have paperwork, documents, real government documents you can look up about how they use sound that you can kind of astro travel or whatever. This stuff sounds nuts, and it's not even my forte. I like just believing we've got a craft somewhere, that happened at least one good time or more, and we got that thing, and we're hiding it. I think that's very reasonable to believe. But these other things that sound less reasonable, at least to me, are also real in the sense that the government spent money on this, did this, and came out from it saying this worked. So I just could, sometimes when you look into this stuff, you won't be able to believe what the government actually has interests in, spends money on, and then turns around when asked about these subjects and go, geez, what are you guys, crazy? But you know what's a turn of events is that now we're getting the Arrow program and stuff out in the open with Congress. We're having NASA coming out and saying we're going to look into UFOs. By the way, NASA held up, so this is my overarching point, is that they've always looked into this stuff. They are now, and finally, they're stopping hiding it. It doesn't have to be black budget funded anymore. It's more acceptable, and that's a good thing. And if you simply look and say, maybe I don't believe that this video is of a real UFO video. Maybe I don't believe that this witness actually saw a UFO. Maybe I don't believe this one story I'm hearing, or this one, or that one. But one or two sound real interesting, and maybe you could believe that. They sound different than the other. Then you believe maybe a little bit on that, but oh, come on. I mean, there's no evidence. Folks, the evidence is that the government would not continuously, not once like a mistake, but just since the 40s, continuously on to present day and going strong, they have never relented on funding programs to look into UFOs. The government has not. They have continued to dump money into, back in the day, black budget secret programs. Now out in the open programs, still getting funded. They continue to do it because they know something's there. Otherwise, if whoever decided to do the first one, what was that, Blue Book or whatever, the first Grudge, whatever the first one was, they would have said there's nothing to this then, and nobody would have spent hundreds of millions of dollars in the decades to come on these programs. Nobody would do that. They wouldn't waste the money doing that. The government, yes, they waste money, but they waste money to put kind of into their own pockets, or they waste money on something we think is a waste of money, but they think is an asset or something. They don't just go willy-nilly into, yeah, sure, this guy's coming to the White House steps, he's coming to Congress and asking to study werewolves. They don't just go and give that guy money. So don't think that happens. So ask yourself, why has the government continuously, for decades, since the 40s until present day, spent hundreds of millions of dollars on UFO research programs? Ask yourself that. That's kind of my case to be made about that.